Good news, we're talking about machine gun theory today, specifically grazing versus plunging fire. Grazing fire is what most people think of when you think about machine guns. That within a few hundred meters, you're almost always doing grazing fire. Typically, the machine gun is shooting out, and if you've got guys in bunkers, in trenches, behind cover, the rounds are going to be impacting right in. If they're low, they're going to be hitting the sandbags. If they're high, they're whizzing overhead. The rounds are pretty much coming in straight into their faces, right? But if you extend this distance out, so no longer a few hundred meters, but now it's over 600 meters, suddenly you're going to get into something called plunging fire, which is inherently long range, but basically what's happening is that the physics of the world are taking effect on these little metal bullets, where as the air resistance slows them down, they start to fall more aggressively, still at high velocity. So what can happen is that the rounds are no longer impacting directly into their face. Now it's falling almost at a sharp angle. So it's kind of creating almost a mini indirect fire weapon system that can bypass a lot of cover, because naturally the cover is designed to prevent rounds coming directly at them. If the rounds are coming in, now it's coming down on top of their heads, which can be very, very effective at creating more casualties if you've got an entrenched enemy, but also, usually more importantly, creating much heavier suppression effects, because the enemy's going to have to hug that cover so that they are not hit by that, which we all know machine guns are there to fix the enemy, hold them in place, and keep heads down while other guys maneuver around and actually go in for the kill. Now, keep in mind, though, that it's easy to say, oh, yeah, just shoot at enemies over 600 meters away. In order to do that, you need to make sure you have good gun teams that know how to adjust their fire. You have good assistant gunners that can spot and give corrections, make sure that they're not hitting too short or too long, not too left or too right, and you can adjust to make sure you're actually getting rounds on target and having those effects that you want to have.